Hi, Kian. Wales got destroyed, man. They got absolutely destroyed. They were lucky to get a try at the end. Yeah, they were lucky even to get a try. But a good start from Ireland for sure, especially with a bonus point. Hello, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me so far. Make sure you put down in the poll down below, who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Scotland? Or is it going to be England? They've got an exciting team. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't know. I'm really not sure about the score, if I'm honest. From what I'm learning, from what I know, it seems England have got that young, exciting, energetic squad. And so that's why I'm sort of looking forward to watching. I think the energy about the game should be quite high. They've got some exciting players. It's good to see Joe Marchant playing. I find it strange how there's still Premier League games going on, though. Or Premiership games, sorry, going on. It's the same as how in the autumn internationals, how the Premier games will still be playing. And you've just lost half of your squad. So any good players you have, they've gone. I do feel sorry for the Premiership teams. So what do we think? Tom Curry. What do you think about Tom Curry being the New England captain? Morning, Alan. That is pretty good, Alan. That is pretty good to be up at 3:35 in the morning to watch the rugby. Well done. Congratulations. I certainly wouldn't be doing that for AFL because that's far too early. The pundits are currently making the point of how, for example, Marcus Smith is a young player, but actually he's played a hell of a lot of games. This annoys me in sports sometimes. You know, if you're good enough, you play. He's clearly had the experience because Quins have played him to give him that experience. So I really dislike the whole "he's young" comment. I don't like that. Oh, did he not? Courtney Laws, that'll be a miss. That will be a miss. Just that little bit of height and size in the front row. We got the bands on the field. So what do we think of the squad? What do we think of the squad? Look at the England squad. So we got Genge, Cowan Dickey, Sinclair, Mario Toje, Isik something. How do you even pronounce Izikwe? Izikwe? Anyway, Ludlam, Curry, Simmons, Young, Smith, Marchant, Slade, Daly, Marlins, Stewart. For Scotland starting, you've got Sutherland, Turner, Fagerson, strange name, Gray, Gilchrist, Ritchie, Watson. Remember, also, Hamish Watson was the man of the tournament last year as well. He was the man of the tournament. So, how will he do this year? Will he live up to what he did last year? Anyway, you got two Fagersons, M and Z, Price, Russell, Van der Meer, Johnson, Harris, Graham, and Stuart Hogg. Dombrandt's played very well from the games I've watched, and it seems to be that I've been watching a lot more of the Quins games for some reason, maybe just timing and being on TV. But Dombrandt's played well. He has played well. I'm assuming Murrayfield is now sponsored by BT, because the big Murrayfield sign, there is a huge BT sign next to it, which looks odd when you're watching BBC. You got the BBC pundits with all their BBC microphones and things. You just got BT in the background. Game on. Well, according to the betting, England are favourites. It looks like a full house as well. Hello, ladies. One of the oldest international. I think the England squad is looking decent. Players are on their way out. I really like the white with the gold on their training tops. Yeah, I do like the gold. I like the gold on the white. So that's England out. Here comes Scotland. They don't look quite as pristine though. They don't look quite as pristine with their with the blue. Fire. I love stadiums that now do fire as well. It seems a common thing. In the evening games at St Mary's for Southampton, they have the fire going as well, which is quite cool. I wonder if the players have to be told, have to be taught the national anthem before they join an international team. Flower of Scotland. Quick, get over, cameraman. Yeah, but they will all sing it, won't they? This is going on, isn't it? Well, I tell you what, the Scottish national anthem went on a little bit longer than the English. But in the crowd, it was so funny to see. In the crowd, there was a man who was English. There was a woman who was Scottish, and I assume they were husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. This sport brings people together. It does, really does. You wouldn't get it in football. You just don't get that sort of thing in football. You don't mix. You don't mix. This is definitely set to be a very good game. Gareth, hi Gareth. Of course, you had to get home in time, Gareth, because everyone wants to watch it, surely. If you've just been refereeing rugby, all the players want to be home ready to watch it or at the pub. I might be a little bit off, but I will give you time checks. I'll give you time checks throughout, so if you're watching it live and have the ability to pause, amazing. What I might try and do, actually, let's see. Let me switch it to BBC. Let's get to it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game on! Okay. I've just kicked off. Time check. I am on 15 seconds. The game was abandoned by Gareth. That's what it was, wasn't it? He wanted to get back in time for the rugby, so he knew he had to abandon it.
Too many nerves in that start from Marcus Smith. An impeccable kick-off, high hanging. They seem to get there for an age before Stuart Hall took. He was hit by Maylands, but a great exit as well from Ali Price.
Good line out.
Down by Ezekiel getting an early touch in England with the first carry. Youngs looks right and then goes left. His hooker Kawindiki, and then good thump comes into a row.
I've got a feeling it's going to be a test of strength to start off with. I may be wrong and they may spread play, but I think to start off with, it is going to be a test of strength. Playing down in the middle. Hopefully it won't be a game of kicking for territory, because that will be boring. As long as it's nothing like the British and Irish Lions tour, fingers crossed. But as I said, I just got a feeling, whether it's right or wrong, that we're going to have a lot of crashing in. The forwards crashing into each other. Showing a bit of muscle.
The grass is still very, very wet indeed in England. Opportunity to come forward again. Ludlam. All sorts of cries of advice for the referee. Henry Slade cutting back in.
Yeah, Sinclair ain't going to pass it. He's going to try and barge through.
Number Fagerson, Xander Fagerson. Swift just pops it to Captain Curry.
It's funny how they are really making a big deal out of how Tom Curry is now the captain.
Comes off a Scotland leg and into touch.
Good defensive set from Scotland, wasn't it? Meeting the physicality on the game line. Chris Harris, an important tackle. Johnny Green looking at the breakdown, but importantly for Scotland, not over-committing to the breakdown, having players on their feet, forcing that kick through.
Yeah, I think it's in. You're right about testing. It's as trying to just keep your composure, trying not to let any gaps, and trying to stay tight, trying to keep everything as tight as possible. Don't do anything silly in the start. You don't want to be like Wales earlier, trying to chase back a huge defeat. You know, you want to stay in the game at all times. But you can see how tight Scotland are. And actually, even on the attacks, England aren't playing that wide. You know, it's very central. Maybe you can soften up the other team, but that's a turnover for Scotland. They've got the ball now.
Yes, holding on there, but England were looking at the previous one. Marcus Smith came completely from the wrong side and joined almost in front of the ball. So it could have been earlier either. The problem for England really there was the fact that Kyle Sinclair made that extra metre to spin out that initial tackle. I think it was Matt Fagerson who got his hands on the ball. I mean, the players, the Jacqueline player will be rewarded if there's an attempt to lift the ball to win it.
I have no alcohol. It is literally some blackcurrant. I have no alcohol at all, mate. I've got a load of spirits, but nothing to mix it with. And I'm not drinking Southern Comfort straight. I'm currently on 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I will say when I'm up to 5 minutes, guys. I will say on the 5-minute point. This is the problem sometimes when you're doing live watch-alongs. Obviously, by the time I've watched the stream, plus then it goes to YouTube and you watch the stream, it's always a little bit behind. 4 minutes and 55, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 minutes.
And the interesting thing to look at as well here, Brian, as a hooker is
Responsibility of your hooker to make sure you're happy with the space. I did not see any leaning there. Stay down. We've got good space.
we've got the break foots now to apply.
Well,
If
we're
you could
talking about
explain.
still loading pressure on the hooker's neck, and they're trying to make sure there's a differential in the feet. They used to be all back. It makes a marginal difference, and of equal importance actually is the props feet, both left and
It's the problem with relying on the internet.
then they should get it right.
Streaming stuff over the internet. It's that slight delay. And as I said, when you're streaming to YouTube as well, you get the delay there as well. So it's a bit of a pain, but you got to do what you got to do.
Next one's a penalty. Scrum.
I actually looked at scrum again. I know from having that look, it was exactly what the new laws were.
I think the England kit is a lot nicer than the Scotland kit.
So the call from that side is chase your feet. Okay?
was forward, and Luke Cowan-Dicky's foot went back before the bike call. Mentioning chase your feet, what they mean by that is when your body gets long, when your feet get back and you go forward, you can't just dive down. You've got to make sure your feet catch up and you keep it in a horizontal position. If we do get the ball in play,
I do want to see scrums actually stay on their feet. This is one of the problems, and see, this is one of the issues I do find with Union. The scrums, wow, they take up so much time. How many times does it take? At least 2 efforts to get a scrum that doesn't collapse or doesn't spin, and
Interesting after a fashion.
it is just a trial for the Six Nations as well. So it's yes, the players have been, obviously training for it, practicing it, but it's not been. Some players and teams use it anyway, but it's not been law. And then in a competition, it's the first live session as such.
Crouch. Fine.
Hi Dieter, hi mate. To be fair, as Gareth is the rugby man, as in the rugby referee man, they get spun again. They've managed to get out, I think. He's kicking it. He's going for a slide tackle there. As Gareth is the rugby referee, Gareth, do you have any suggestions on how do you fix the problem with trying to get scrums working first time? How do you do it? Because I think actually this is one of the things why people would prefer League over Union. And as I said, it's one of the reasons why I like League. It's the speed of things. It's constant. Whereas here you have minutes and minutes of just standing around trying to get a scrum going. Hi, Genwill. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Now, obviously, we've had Rugby Union, the Premiership Rugby going on. That's been good. I've been watching that. But if you think of what's happening, we've got the Six Nation that starts, obviously, today. Then you've got Rugby League. Super League starts, I think, next month. It starts in March? You've got AFL that starts in March as well. So this next few months is, yeah, it's a busy month coming ahead with three different sports. Obviously, football's still there. Watch that. Actually, hang on. I need to check what the Southampton score was. I know we were 1 down at one point. Oh, God. Oh, it's what? Southampton versus Coventry. It is 1-1. And it is a break time. I'll have to keep an eye on the Saints score. But yeah, there is so much sport. There is so much sport. Right, what is Gareth saying to the question on how you get scrums going away first time? A dodgy bounce there. Get more ex-players, especially forwards, to become refs. When players know the ref knows all the tricks in the book. So are you saying, Gareth, that most of the reasons why the scrums fail is because of sort of bad behaviour of the players? Is that what you're saying? Is it almost intentional stuff? Go on, Joe! Ooh.
Graham was providing a bit of a screen for Stuart Hogg.
Actually, Charlie's sister was in the same year as Joe. They were friends.
Johnny Gray.
I think Joe Marchant actually went round Charlie's mum's house many years ago when they were at school.
Get blue in front, white,
And
white,
Russell
white.
gives it all the leather. And taken.
Right, England are on the tack.
Freddie Stewart.
I definitely think not that there's been a lot of energy, open play at the moment, but England are certainly showing the more potential here to break through.
By Kyle Sinclair.
Scotland almost seem a little bit very defensive. Scotland seem like maybe they don't want to try and get a try because it might open them up too much. Oh, England. What have we got? Has he gone out of play?
Scotland not make touch. Are those errors or are they purposeful, do you think? I think that last one there was due to make touch, but I must say England's attack is excellent. They're testing Scotland on the flank, both sides. Elliot Daly twice kicked through his left foot.
Getting close. Getting close.
Putting real pressure on the back three for Scotland, and then Scotland, as you say, Brian, find it hard to get out their own third. England are winning the kicking game at the moment. There's an excellent recovery tackle there from Stuart Hogg, and then George Turner followed up, just driving Freddie Stewart into touch. England are in control of this game at the moment, in control of territory, in control of possession.
Commentators spot on. Commentators are spot on. England are in control here at the moment. They really are in control.
Fixed point to start defending from.
And it's almost as if Scotland have to defend. At the moment, they've got no other option but to defend.
When you're under pressure, you've got to reform, haven't you? And a line out gives you the opportunity to reset, especially even if it's the opposition throw. If it's on your 10 metre, it's better than where you are now.
It's Luke Cowan-Dickie receiving some treatment there, and he doesn't look too certain of things.
What happened to Cowan-Dickie?
So again,
Hand to the face was there.
big man, he's into his own
Wrap round trying to take him down.
the mark. He's so explosive.
Stay in front of him, can't stop.
Dynamic and explosive.
Bloody Leipzig.
Really well offset.
Bloody Leipzig. Unbelievable, Genwell.
Power of a midfield back.
Thanks.
Ferguson's tackle rode up a little bit there. I know that's what they were looking at, but it certainly was.
And I think you get that. If you look, I think it's a good point, Kieran, that, and you see it with the England international football team as well. It's very young, so you get the energy, you get the more attacking play, because they almost don't know any differently. That younger players quite often are fearless. So I think this is the same in this, that the younger players, they want to attack.
So it's so difficult for scrum halves to get
I would assume the England squad is a lot younger than the Scottish squad, but I might be wrong.
This is actually going to have a head injury assessment.
Hold time.
It looks like Dr. James Robson's come on and made the call, hasn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, and again, it has to be taken out of the player's hands. So if he is going off for an HIA.
Who was that's gone off for an HIA?
Head on head. So this is going to be a very early appearance, a debut, first cap then for Ben White, the London Irish.
That's yeah. So this is what you sort, in sports, this is what you've got to sort of mix well. You've got to have the youth, the energy. You've then got to have the experience to sort of calm them down almost and give them the discipline. So it's finding a mix, isn't it?
Early appearance. As England have smuggled it away, confused a few of the Scotland defenders. Good ground made by them all. And
Go on, get it up the pitch. Spread it up to the left.
really
Get the wingers in.
again the legs stretch out. Provide just a little bit of
No, they're going for a kick.
space for Ben Youngs to send it high. Another good take from Duan van der Merwe, but
Just spread the play. Spread the play.
Cowan-Dickie Malin's in there, and Ritchie is hit hard, and Kyle Sinclair roaring into that challenge.
Okay, 21.
Russell once more, a bit of space there.
Gareth. You're telling me to read a book. If it was an audio book, I might be able to do it. But I do not have the capacity to read a book. I'm not good. None of it goes in. If I read a book, it does not go in. Audio book, let me know. Oh, hello. We got some blood going down. Alright, good. I'm glad it's audio, mate.
Now back in their own territory, and they should be disappointed that they've not managed to register some form of score so far. There's an excellent kick from Stuart Hogg, but prior to that, it was a really good read from him as well, because you saw Marcus Smith shaping to find that space on the right-hand side, and he got there.
Have you seen the new? Have you seen the England boots? They look quite cool because they've got the rose on it. Good catch, good catch.
Funny, Brian, you asked whether it was better for Scotland to try and get the ball off the field, but the two excellent kicks where they managed to get the ball off the field, one from Ali Price and that exit before leaving for the HIA, and that one made from Stuart Hogg. The net result from the line-out was poor against them. The drive before for England, the penalty conceded there, so it isn't always right to get the ball off the field, but sometimes I do think it's worthwhile. But England are just certain of control as we speak.
So England will be very pleased about the fact that they've had relatively untried units, got lots of good players to select from, but not played together, and the cogency which you expected from Scotland definitely has actually come from England.
Just looking again, it was Jamie Ritchie who got an arm on the arm of Lewis Ludlam, so penalty to England and a much easier chance for them to get back into the Scotland half. Sequay takes it down, and Curry.
I do still want to see. I do still want to see them spread the play. Get it to the wingers. Scotland are doing a good job of compacting everything. So try and get it out wide to actually break Scotland, create holes, but they're not quite doing it. Penalty for England.
I thought that might have gone the other way actually for holding on. I thought he got isolated. I'd like to see that again.
A rare touch for Joe Marchant early on, who's been in isolation with COVID, just came out of it on Thursday. This is where the infringement was committed.
He played the 9. So just, pulled him in.
It's a penalty, it's going to be, isn't it? Just pulling Ben Youngs, the admission of guilt from Johnny Gray gives it away as well. But
We're going for a kick. England are going to try and see if they can get on the board with Marcus Smith. He's been doing well on his kicks. It's straightforward. He's got to make this, surely. He's got to make this kick. Marcus Smith, first kick of the match. Whoa! Just about went in. That ball, whoa, like that. I don't even know how he kicked it like that. Really don't know how he kicked like that. The spin. Even Marcus Smith's face, he can see that it was a bit of a dodgy kick. I did see Sexton got on the. He did get plenty of penalty kicks though and conversion kicks, so he didn't do too bad on the kick. Sexton. I'm actually going to look now because I looked. Let's have a look. Sexton conversion, Sexton penalty kick, Sexton conversion, Sexton conversion. He got 4. It's not too bad, I suppose. Oh! Gah! Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. 5-3 to Scotland. 18 minutes and 10 seconds in. Out of nowhere. It was all England. Ben White, I suppose that's the counter. That's the catch them when they least expect it. There, how did he squeeze through that? God. England was so open. You know, and that hasn't happened for England because Scotland have been so compact. And England were not at all compact. Sliced through England. Oh, man. That's disappointing. And it's on his debut. Be happy about that. Right, conversion. In you go. 7-3 Scotland. Scotland have taken the lead. Far too much space for Scotland in that one. As I say in football, it doesn't matter how much possession you've got. It's what you do with it. You could have 99% of the possession. If you don't get a try or you don't score a goal, doesn't matter.
That was a Hogg suddenly caught unawares there as he was just shaping up to send it downfield.
I tell you what, if he's only on for Ali Price due to the head injury, maybe they won't want to take him off.
Scotland decide to scud it low. England then opportunity again as Sam Simmons.
I think Gareth, obviously speaking to you, and you don't think Wales are going to do well. I think your prediction was it may be pretty good. It may be pretty good after the Welsh performance today. You're just running into him, guys. You're just running into a brick wall here.
Youngs and Smith linking once more, and is Sequay. Butts doesn't get it back, and
Turnover, Scotland's ball. Sloppy. Not releasing you. Surely that's basic stuff. Well, you know, when you've got possession, surely why are you giving the ball away from the simple thing like that? Oh.
It looks clear that if the initial tackle's good, they're getting out of there as quick as possible. Rory Sutherland was really quick in the whistle from Ben O'Keefe there, to be fair. He did try and get the left.
I'm going to try and get it out to the touch.
Rory Sutherland was rewarded really quickly.
Oh!
and I see Ali Price is coming back on. I wonder if he's watching the TV in there. Right, what's going on? Who scored? I see. But anyway, his HIA has been passed, and in Scotland terms, there's never been a more successful HIA. Ben White's coming on, scoring a try in his debut.
Hi, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. If you're from Ukraine, good luck, all the best to you, buddy. It is a mess over there apparently with the red border. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Onekchin? I really want to know how to pronounce that now. Onekchin? Maybe that's how you pronounce it. Please tell me. Onekchin, I reckon. Charge him down, charge him down. Yes, well done. What a that was a fantastic press. Really good press. Look at this. They're not giving up. Well done, Joe. Very good from Joe Marchant. Yes. No, there's no fancy league for this, but there is a Super Brew score prediction. Yeah, Dieter set up a score prediction on Super Brew, but there's no fantasy league. So if you're on the Discord, you can find it on there.
You mentioned penalties earlier on that frustrate coaches, Brian. That's another one, isn't it? In opposition territory.
It is, although it's referred to as equally.
So just as a reminder, guys, if you've joined and you can't watch the game, and obviously it's on domestic TV over here, but if you can't watch the game, it is in the Discord server, so feel free to join and then go to the streaming, and it is showing in there so everyone can see.
As a 20-year-old, that would be hard to take. I think his form did suffer. It was loaned out to Northampton, found a bit of form there. The Saracens player, and back into the England setup. So, all credit to Ezekiel, and all credit to Ben White, I would say, for that.
Ben White comes on, scores a try, back off again. You'd would Ben White? He's got a smile on his face, to be fair, but there'll be a little bit inside me that's thinking, you know, I did just score. Maybe you should put me back on. Or maybe it's proof why, you know, maybe he should start in the next game.
I'm not quite sure with right now options need to be taking these.
If you want a time check, guys, it is 24:25. 24:25.
We've got a competent line out and a good catch and drive. Why not stick with that?
Well, Luke Cowan-Dickie landed 32 out of 32 throws in the last Six Nations.
Well, as I said, I really hope I'm pronouncing it right. Onekchin. I'm going to say it unless you correct me. Onekchin, as I said, it's on the Discord server, so you're welcome to watch it on there. Should be good quality. It's buffer free and all that. So the option's always there for you, buddy.
Leading his side forward, keeping those legs moving. And Youngs this time puts boot on ball and has had a little bit too long. Huge bounce up in the air though, sets it short of the try line. So Duan van der Merwe. Now van der Merwe nearly out into the open. That tackle had to be made by Ezekiel before it was full steam ahead for van der Merwe. And penalty now to Scotland.
Number 2 White offside.
Luke Cowan-Dickie offside.
The problem is Arcady. Unless the players know that you've named your whistle that, they won't realise the connection. So I'm not sure. Alexi. Okay. I was just trying to go by what the the Ukrainian symbols look like in English. Alexi. Hi, Alexi.
Penalty doesn't quite make touch though, and Malin's kept it alive, and now Freddie Stewart into Rory Sutherland. Giving England opportunity again, and Smith this time up into the inky black sky. Russell takes it well.
It is getting dark outside.
Elliot Daly.
No, it's not. It's not.
Ali Price.
Come on, play.
Gilchrist. Going too far there.
Full on. Thank you. Step here, White. Step.
Scotland in no hurry here, and Ali Price
Use it.
now told to use it.
Fingers on.
It's from the cry of use it that you have 5 seconds. Taken down.
England's ball.
by Slade.
Come on, spread the
Just
Not quite, not squeezing through.
fellow prop Genge, and England again through Ludlam and on to Itoje now. Malins, quick hands from England.
I don't think you needed to kick
A
it.
bit too deep. And,
Didn't need to kick it.
by Hogg, but this is another change, so it won't be a 22 dropout. It's a dropout from the goal line.
Got to go out for that.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I'm a big fan of this law, but when an attacking team kicks to and goal like that, I think the defending team then still should have the advantage of a drop with 22. Now, the point the law was brought in was to try and stop the pick and goes, so that teams are spread it, and take away a lot of the collisions and you reward a side that defended and held up. So in this instance, I think they should look at changing this side of it.
Oh, if England can get this ball, that was a dreadful kick. Even I knew that one. That was a really poor kick from Scotland. Straight back to England. And it's only about... It's about 40 yards out, I think.
Just prodding it forward. That's a beautifully directed kick from Marcus Smith. And once more, Scotland will have the line out, but once more, so very close.
They've certainly... England have certainly got the territory here on that kick by Smith.
The goal line dropped out for Scotland as well. They opt to go to compete. They kicked high to compete. It was Latham who won it, but that's excellent game management and execution from Marcus Smith.
Well, last time Brian in this position on the other side of the field, Turner went long. It was risky.
Oh, Gareth, I have never not turned up to referee a football match. So that is really poor. That is really poor.
Now because the option's on, yes.
And again, it's a laser-like throw to Fagerson, who then took a fearful thump from Genge. Oh, and Russell says, here you go, to Stuart Hogg.
He's Stuart Hogg trying... Oh, Jesus.
But it rather evades the clutches of Stewart. Sits up nicely for Marchant, though. Now Stewart takes the return, and Luke Cowan-Dickey again.
But Scotland are doing so well just to close the space.
It up in England.
England are not finding any space to run into at all.
Once more. Takes the hit around the knees from Turner.
Still plenty of energy, but
Giving up the penalty, though, England with the advantage.
Scotland are closing every gap they've got.
Near the half-hour mark. Oh,
What? No! Not that gap, though. They did not close that gap.
still with the advantage.
England found a little hole there, and that made a hell of a lot of distance.
The secret to Marcus Smith.
Up and over. Go on, get it, get it, get it. Whoa. That much lower. That much lower, and it was in his hands. That was a very good effort. It was probably the mullet that stopped him being able to reach for it. Horrible thing.
It's probably justified. Having said that, Marcus Smith, you would normally back him to put that on the money because he had enough time to make that kick. The wind has died, and in today's game, that sort of kick pass is one which he should be making.
Just a quick clarification that Nigel, as the rain comes down, how long, what is the official line on how long is an advantage?
How long is a piece of string? All you want from the referee is he's consistent all through this game because some referees vary. I thought, to be honest, when the ball came back to Marcus Smith, he had ample opportunity to take advantage. He was under no pressure to do so. So for me, that was a tough call to go back. I thought advantage
See,
was over there.
they're talking about, Nigel Owens is talking about how long advantage should be. And this is something, and I've spoken to Gareth, we did a video a long time ago now, but we spoke about things like advantage. Hi Megs, you're up early as well. We spoke about the advantages, and for example in football, an advantage is probably, I don't know, 5-6 seconds. It really is subjective, but it is so much longer in rugby. Now if you think about that situation just there, Marcus Smith had plenty of time. He made a pass, so surely that he's had the advantage. But then it gets pulled back. It doesn't make sense. I think maybe that's the one thing rugby can learn from football about advantages, because the mullet wig was disgusting, mate. It is upstairs somewhere. Held up. Get TMO on it, mate. Get TMO on it. Oh, Saints have scored. Kyle Walker-Peters extra time. 2-1 Southampton.
Is there anything involved there? So, well, this is another difference once it's held up.
And again, you could argue that when you've done all that and just gone over the line, the defence one, that's another situation where you'd like to see maybe a 5-yard scrum. Certainly,
Yeah, they're not getting that. They didn't get that over the line, did they?
You might not watch too much rugby. The old rules that have just changed, the laws that would have been a 5-metre scrum to England, instead it's a goal line clearance.
But
England
do you not agree, Gareth, as a rugby referee, that in that occasion when Smith played a purposeful ball, an attacking ball, and it was his fault that it didn't quite make it, but the ball was there. It was you know, a clean kick with an intended target. That's advantage. That is advantage over, surely. You know, you say it's subjective and down to the referee, but really, really. And I think clearly the commentator and the ref and Nigel Owens were in agreement that that was advantage played. England ball. It is all England possession here. It is still this has been dominated by England, but Scotland are not letting them through. Smith going for a kick.
What Stuart Hogg was saying is the play is rolling a couple of times and preventing the jackal. It clearly isn't rolling there, actually.
Yeah, I think Stuart Hogg's got a point, hasn't he? That
You're good, yeah. Just
it's because the ruck's already formed, is it, Nigel, that Jamie Ritchie then can't use his
He's
hands?
the second man.
Yeah, once a ruck is formed, you have two players on their feet, one from each side, in contact.
Hopefully this kick will be a little bit straighter. Marcus Smith steps back. Time on the clock, 33:45.
Nigel Owens alongside us, Chris Patterson, Ryan Moore and Marcus Smith sizing up his second kick.
In you go. 7-6 Scotland. Those guys in the crowd have had a few to drink, I reckon.
I think obviously the score and the try that Scotland scored will please Gregor Townsend and the Scotland fans because it was so clinical, and that's an example of what it can do. What will concern the Scotland camp and what will, I think please the England camp is Scotland made 78 tackles. England have only made 24. That fatigue quite often comes to tell at some point in the game. Scotland need to get their hands in possession.
Yeah. Commentators are actually spot on today. They're saying exactly the same as what I'm saying, which is always good to hear. It's always nice to know that I've just said something and then the commentators say the same. Scotland have had very little possession, but actually, do they need the possession? Do they need the possession to win? You saw how they got the trial. It was a quick breakaway and a quick counter. Do they need all the possession? They're doing a very good job in not letting England have any space to capitalise on. So, I don't think it's a huge issue. Yeah, I think so. I don't think England have troubled Scotland's defence. Maybe once, maybe twice. It would be interesting to test the English defence a little bit more, actually, though, just to see what they've got. Oh. That was poor. Poor kick. Probably only made about 15, 20 yards.
He's one of the best, even though he's 21 years old, he's one of the best at winning that space. Stuart Hogg recognised that, and when he was running the ball back, he just hit it on the ground, split the two, make Freddie Stewart bend down, pick up, and then the kick chase forced that kick to go out.
Gareth, shut up. If I get the odd word wrong, yeah, tough. You know I'm not familiar with all the terms officially yet. This is the first live of the year. Yes. The last lives I've done loads of lives, loads of sports obviously last year, as you know. This is the first live of the year, yeah. Other than the Sydney and London New Year celebrations. Ah, mate, Arcady. Honestly, constant. If you get anything wrong, Gareth will rub it down your nose, won't he?
of success over recent years. Grand Sam winning with it, you know, fewest possession, a few tries, just building on their defence. So it's
Good
gonna be
catch
an international
by Toje.
Nearly getting to Itoje there, but Itoje got it down, and then Simmons again, just a spark when he gets it. Penalty. This time.
Scotland's ball.
It's gone straight off your back. I think it was 14.
It's just it was Max.
It'll be fine, but they did.
Yeah, no, that's right, I'm not religious, Megs. I'm not religious. Don't need to be blessed. Yeah, no, there's
Scotland have played in a way in the last 10 years.
considering how many lives I've done, so I'm
It is what you do.
almost a year, no, just over a year doing YouTube. The amount of lives I did last year was crazy, and but the last couple of months I haven't really done a lot. If I'm honest, I've not done a lot of lives. There's not been as many sporting occasions that have really thought, yeah, I'm gonna watch this with people. So it's nice that the Six Nations is on, because I think I'll be streaming every week, every weekend, at least one of the games. And as I said, with the Rugby League coming back, with AFL coming back, it's going to get busier. It is going to get busier with watch-alongs for sure.
You've got to do a bit of damage before you can create things out wide. And Hogg trying to skip his way through the challenges.
I could also say,
Link for Sutherland
as a referee, as a football referee,
in this first half.
the most petty thing a referee can say, right? This is true. Gareth will agree, I reckon, because he has just said this.
Free attack, little chip.
When a player or a manager says the rules, when he says the rules, and you're like, actually, it's the laws of the game, not the rules. It's the most referee thing you can say.
To be tight and might come down to one score. How significant this
See, literally, as I say this, Gareth literally says basically that.
reasonable position, then he lost his
It is the laws of the game, not the rules. But it's the most petty referee thing you can say. So funny.
Have another look at it. I think he was the assist tackler. Still has to make a clear release before going back in the ball. It's to the far side. A good position initially, but yeah, because he was part of the initial tackle, he has to let go of the ball before going back onto it.
Rugby is a complicated game.
Right, well, it should be half time in a second.
The final touch on this first half will be the boot on ball from Russell from almost exactly 40 metres.
He's going to see if he can make it 40 metres.
Far free, the rain still coming down. There we are, kick prediction
49 metres.
from this area. Historically, you would expect nearly 70% of the time. Crowd like it.
Yeah, in you go. Well, the first half ends 10-6 to Scotland. It's a funny one. Hi, Samuel.
Finn Russell as we head to half time, but it is as close as
But this is the point. Possession means nothing. The defence of Scotland has been really good. It has been really good. And, hello, Pix. The defence of Scotland has been really good. So, yeah. It don't matter how much possession you've got. England aren't using the wings. You know, all they're trying to do is break through a brick wall, and it's not working. It's not working. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There's been a few, Samuel. There's definitely been a few.
Because England had the lion's share of possession and territory. Meters made, they're almost 4 times as many, or at least 3.5 times as many. 417 to Scotland's 140.
I would also say, Megs, I'm a referee. What do you mean you've never met a referee? I'm a referee. It's football referee, but I'm a referee.
Double the line breaks as well of Scotland, and I guess
Unbelievable.
that's the story of missed opportunities, and maybe for England, you know, a period of purple patch which produced nothing, certainly in those first 20 minutes.
Yeah, they had a lot of
Pointless possession England had. That's what it was, wasn't it? Pointless possession.
When they're doing set moves, they look a little bit clunky, like a team where they are, who haven't played together. When they just go quick, they look far more dangerous. I think they've got to trust themselves in the second half to play at the right times. That to me is when when they look at the nest.
They stopped Scotland going, didn't they? Stopped them kind of getting that get-go. And
Yeah, but Gabby, it doesn't matter if they stopped. You say they stopped Scotland going, but they're winning. How did they stop England going? Scotland going. I'm turning the desktop sound down a little bit. What beer do you prefer for rugby streams? I'm a cider drinker, Lexi. So I drink cider. However, I have no beer in the house, so I'm on blackcurrant, some squash. Yeah, Gareth referees a proper sport, apparently. I don't know if I can agree. Don't know if I can agree. We go. I'm finding it for Megs. Here you go, Megs. If you want to watch a football referee and a rugby referee in conversation, then there you go. All there for you, my friend. Yeah. So here's a good one from. Let me turn this sound down on here, just so you can hear me a bit better. So I refereed. I refereed the last week an under-23s game. Weymouth under-23s versus Bemerton, a team in Salisbury under-23s. And one of the Bemerton players, he leapt into someone and fell on the floor. And he did it twice. And I told him to get up, basically, first time. Told him to get up. And I should have booked him because I said he dived. It wasn't near the penalty area or anything. It was nowhere near the penalty area. But the response for him diving, the player said, I was anticipating a foul. And I said to him, you can't anticipate a foul. If the player, if the opposing player is not actually going in to make a tackle, then you can't anticipate something that isn't happening. Oh man, idiots. So he's basically just diving. That's all it was. But anyway, what do you think of the game so far? Hi, number one fan. What do you think of the game so far? I said my opinion so far is Scotland, I think, have been the better team simply because they have been very good defensively. They've not given England the space to attack into. So although England have had the possession, it means nothing. It really means nothing because if you don't score possession, what does it mean? Nothing. The score is 10-6 to Scotland. So clearly Scotland have been the better team. They've held their roles very well, basically. So yeah. Yeah. They timed it right. They've timed it right. They haven't done... Will you get down? Do not put your claws into my shirt, you idiot. Honestly, kitty cat. I've already got one claw mark in my shirt. Now she's making my place itchy. No, Pix, get down. Get down, because you wrecked my shirt with your claws. Yeah, Lena's okay. She's probably in bed. She's probably in bed at the time of 5:36. She's doing okay. Yeah, the eye, I said, the eye's not fixable, but the other one we're keeping an eye on. Oh, I said. See, that's the question. Is Scotland defending the way they're defending because it was part of the original tactics, or are they defending the way they're defending because they physically have to because of how England are attacking? So, it's a question. That's a good question. I really don't know. considering England, we've said right from the start that England were the young, the energetic, the attacking team. So if I knew that, then surely Scotland knew it. So I would actually suggest that the defensive strategy from Scotland is something that was thought before the game. It was tactics before the game, basically, I think. Squidge will have the answers. Yeah, exactly. After the game, Squidge will tell you exactly why everything happened. He will. Honestly, the cat pixies just made my nose really, really tickly. I will be back in 30 seconds. Chat amongst yourselves. Megs, yeah, me. Why are you missing out my conversation about me being a football referee? Honestly, it's football, not soccer. No, I don't think we should. I don't think we should introduce rugby style clock laws to football. No. Kev Scott. Now, obviously, I can't show you the game because literally the stream will get taken down. However, if you're able to get on Discord, I've got it showing in there. So I can't physically show it on here, but it is on in the Discord server. So if you want to watch on there as well, it is on there. Hopefully that helps. The Discord server is in the description below. Under 20 Six Nations. You don't often get under 20s. And also, did Southampton end up winning? Yeah. Southampton ended up winning 2-1. Good. 2-1 against Coventry isn't great, though. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought, well, my main thing on that would be, obviously, quite often it's like under 23s or under 21s or under 18s. But under 20s... you don't often have under 20s in things. Megs, if you say about Shaolin soccer, you need to watch my video on Sepak Takraw. Wow, it is amazingly my Sepak Takraw video. It looks insane. It is basically football cross volleyball on steroids. That is my highest viewed video on my channel with over 300,000 views. Yeah, and most of my audience are actually Australian, so strange that that's my biggest. But yeah, Sepak Takraw, that is like Shaolin soccer. It's incredible. To be fair, hey, to be fair, after the Welsh performance earlier on, Italy might stand a chance of not finishing bottom. So you never know. Yeah. You never know. Italy may do better than Wales at this rate. We'll see. If anyone's interested as well, I've not done it yet, but I'm in conversation with Andrew Ford. If you guys are rugby fans and watch rugby YouTube videos, or if you've watched a lot of my rugby compilation reaction videos, then the guy that made a lot of those rugby compilation, Andrew Ford, he is a Welshman. So I am planning on doing a video with him, so I can put it up probably on the day of the Wales-England game. So that'll be interesting because, yeah, that should be interesting. Hearing from a guy that does all these rugby compilation videos, and they're very good. A Welshman as well. Yeah, that should be a good video. Yeah, that's my point, Kian. Well, the Wales played so badly today. Wales were rubbish. I find it really interesting when you get certain presenters. So, for example, Gabby Logan. And they do so many different sports. You would think their knowledge of sport, the variety of sports, is quite high. Because there are so many commentators that just do loads of different sports. If you're in here as well, guys, and you haven't already clicked the like button, make sure you do. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That'll be awesome. Thank you. It'll only take 2 seconds. England are back out. And are getting booed. Right, let's get this sound back up.
Play quick and trust yourselves with the ball.
There's experience and power on that Scotland bench.
I think the bench is pretty evenly matched. I think, the front row guys coming out look powerful. What we're going to see from Sione Tuigbalo to Angus Bradley's arguing the rugby of his career. So it's where the game is in terms of, do we need power, do we need speed, do we need a bit of X factor? So all the bench have got that.
It's finely balanced. England has all the territory.
All right, let's get this second half kicked off.
In the second, can Scotland earn themselves an historic victory? Let's hand you back to Chris Patterson, to Brian Moore and Andrew Cotter.
Thank you. It is intriguing, and no changes down the side at half time. And just in case you were wondering, as we look just at the Scotland changing room during the break, broadcasters asked the coaches if they're allowed to put the cameras in. England said no, and this one Scotland said yes. It has been the other way around in the past. I think Ireland said no to it as well. We put in a request, we ask, and sometimes we get a peek inside the changing room. But 4 points the difference.
That's interesting. Right, kick off. England with possession. That's interesting that the commentator's saying how they do ask to put cameras in the change rooms, and England said no. Scotland said yes, but England said no. I've just noticed who's commentating as well. Megs, you can watch it. If you join the Discord server, you can watch the game. You can watch the game. I give people the option and the ability to watch the game. I just realised Andrew Cotter is commentating. And if you remember, he's the one that did the commentary on his dogs during lockdown, and the video I did on on Phillip Island of the Penguin March. He did a commentary of that as well.
Forward onto the pace. Slade just delays the pass nicely to Millings.
Time check, 41:20. Dan's arrived. Hi, Dan. The usual suspects. Oh! That was a poor knock on. He's had a couple of mistakes with his hands today. A couple of mistakes with his hands. There was one earlier on in near the start of the first half when the ball was out of play and he didn't catch it.
Scrums in the first half after the first one took approximately 27 minutes. So we're ready to scrum again and sort of ready to scrum again.
The problem I would say is you've got the World Cup. You've got the World Cup, which is obviously all around the world in rugby. You've got... What's the competition that you've got Australia and New Zealand and South Africa and whatnot in? You've got that. You've got the Six Nations over here. I think if you were going to add more teams and it not be necessarily the Six Nations anymore, the actual structure of the competition would be completely different because there's all those extra games to fit in. So I don't think it would be in the same style if more teams were added.
So Scotland had a chance to set the mighty Van der Merwe free. Russell and the kick into touch just beyond the grasp of Freddie Stewart.
It's a hard kick to cover. Excellent execution from Finn Russell. He comes again for a quick thinking from Scotland. Ali Price doing a quick tap. Van der Merwe thundering into defence. Much easier to kick on front football rather than the first half where Scotland were trying to kick when they were under pressure.
Because my impression of Russell is he's always had that maverick streak, that creativity in one year. But under the tutelage of Townsend and other people, his game management's got far better over the last 2 years. Much better.
He has a lot of responsibility in Racing for running the game and directing the game. He's very good at it.
The Sequoia took it down the line out and Cowan Dickey now comes away.
Outside the 20.
Outside the 22.
What do you guys think is better? Do you think the autumn internationals are better, or do you think the way football does the friendlies and international breaks, which do you think is done better? I don't like the way in rugby, in union, that you have these international breaks, but the leagues still go on. It's like, for example, with Sale. I'm pretty sure I'm yet to see Faf de Klerk playing for Sale because of all the international games, and therefore you have to have a certain amount of time after the internationals before you can play again. It's that seems bizarre. You can pay all this money and all these wages for these players, and they don't actually play because they're busy out on international duty. Really don't get it. What country's the referee from? Sounds Aussie. Yeah, I think Arcady is actually. I think Arcady's actually right that actually, it does seem that rugby is more orientated to the international game rather than the club game, whereas it's the opposite for football. Which I do understand, because my neighbour across the road, you know, she'll watch the international games, the Six Nations and the World Cup games, and she's a Bristol supporter, but she doesn't watch the club games. Come on, England. We're literally 7 metres out. We're going metres now. We're not doing yards. We're going metres. 6 metres out. 5 metres out. Penalty advantage. Points or scrum? What do you think? 47-15. Points or scrum? He's going for the kick. Yeah, he's going for the kick. Is it the right decision? You are only about, well, 8 metres out. Is it the right decision? They're obviously not necessarily confident on their ability to get the try, are they?
Well, the law, I think, Michael, what the referees are looking for is, do you make an immediate attempt with your hands on the ball to pick it up, or do you put them beyond and then get dragged back when the people come with you?
The key here is a lot of people get mixed up, right? And the fact your hands touch the ball or the floor or you go beyond isn't really effective.
Ah, well, you know, New Zealand, Australia, they sound pretty similar. I still wouldn't be able to tell you the difference. I've learned the difference between the South African accent and the Australian accent now. You're right. Points do make prizes. However, they're still behind. They're still behind, and could they not have got the try? I've got Freya and Coco to feed as well, after. Just so you know. Unless you want to go to Freya, because it's opposite direction. Okay. So yeah, as I said, this is I always think something like this in that if you are so close to the try line, surely you've got confidence in your ability to push over that line, to press the other team, instead of just simply taking the 3 points when you could get 7.
It's close.
Yeah, it is close. England haven't really done much, and Scotland have just defended mainly.
And you can see a real definite shift in terms of length. We how quickly England are getting shutting up the pass production and then charging them again. And enjoying the contest between James Robson and Richard Cullen.
Can you feed them?
Yeah, if he comes through a fight, I don't think James will win.
No, but he knows where the soft areas of the body are.
I've not heard Swing Low Sweet Chariot yet.
Robson has tried them all for George Turner. Peter de Villiers, Scotland's scrum coach, having a chuckle as Turner.
I was at least expecting that before the game. But no. If I'm honest, I don't think... It's not that loud at the game. I'm not hearing much from the fans. There doesn't seem quite as much of an atmosphere there. I might be wrong, because obviously you're only hearing through the speakers, but... I can't hear. I can't hear. Maybe my volume's not loud enough. What, he is a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah, and the large fellows in the front row are all being changed for Scotland. As Pierre Schoeman will come on the loose head.
The whole front row's being changed for Scotland. George Turner off. Stuart McKinley on. Rory Sutherland off. Pierre Schoeman on. Xander Fagerson off. Willem Nel on.
And these are a few injuries as well to contend with. So he comes on at the heart of two South African turned Scots in Nel and Schoeman. As Nel has got all that experience. 43 catch, 35.
I tell you what, that Nel is a bit of a beast. That is a bit of a chest and a belly going on there.
Change in the front row and with a change in dynamics. We'll see what effect it has.
Yeah, you're probably right in the fact that actually
Free kick, is it the breakfoot? No, early, tight head. So
you're probably right that if it's at Murrayfield, it's
second time going early.
probably a few less England supporters.
And that maybe is just a consequence of a whole new front row trying to get up to speed. But yeah, it's cost Scotland not just a free kick, but a pen. Yeah, it's always difficult as a referee when a new front row come on, you restart.
Time check. So I hope you're not giving me any spoilers, guys. My time check is 52 minutes. Watch everyone a minute ahead, spoiling it for me.
Second half now falling into the pattern of the first half. The sequence didn't look too straight, but the referee says it.
England got the ball.
Here goes the England ball again.
England got them all on. Where is the ball? Who has the ball there?
So England could still go, and they're being held at the back by. There was initially Cowan-Dickie.
Who's got that ball?
Gone on to
Is it Curry? No.
Several Scotland players joined the front row.
the advantage. So England penalty, England advantage.
Whoa! Yes, they squeezed through finally. Finally squeezed through. That was simply a case of who the hell had the ball? Who had the ball? Because even I couldn't see it, and I'm looking from a fairly good angle on the screen. Ah, let me try and just change the stream, see if I can get one that's a little bit further forward. Let me see. What channel was it on?
No Scottish ad was able to get in there and disrupt that. It went a good 10.
What channel? I can't remember what the other channel was.
Because there's a two runner as well. There's Henry Slade on the inside of Marcus Smith. He's got Nealon on the left. And then he just goes right through the gap.
Well, he scored tries already for England. He scored against USA and Tonga, but a try in the sixth.
Yeah, I think this is the best I'm going to do for time. Smith?
Curling away.
No. Not quite there. 10:14, a time check. 54 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, I'm about, well, whatever time it is, you guys know. Like I said, you're welcome to just slow it down and pause it and go along at my speed. Right, kick straight back to England. Marchand's got the ball.
Ludlam again. All really came from that.
Well, that's not, yeah, that's not too bad, Arkham. That's alright, Arcady.
certainly deserve their 4-point lead for all the territory possession ball they've had.
See, I don't think that's right, sir, Matt.
Taken down well by
Says that England deserve it. You don't deserve anything.
Scotland's backs in action.
You either get the tries or you don't. So I don't think it's in relation to how much possession they... Whoa, what a run! Whoa, that was a brilliant run. Fantastic. That was some energy from Scotland, wasn't it? That's what the Scottish fans will want to see.
The rest of his team leaving them all behind now. Hogg tries to do his own dance. Schumann. Russell flings it wide. Good pick up by Ritchie off the floor.
Julianne, it's probably your bedtime. Julianne, you should probably go to sleep now. It's mum and dad time soon, so make sure you put your pyjamas on. Get your pyjamas on, brush your teeth, ready for bed.
Murrayfield, precious few of them in this game. Opportunities out wide. McAnally.
I think, do you know what? It seems like that try has kicked a little bit of life into Scotland, hasn't it? All of a sudden, there's a little bit of energy that we've not seen.
A spin and a take from Sam Johnson.
Scotland are starting to attack, which is the first of the game.
Put together in this game. Schumann again, the carrier. Pierre Schumann still going. Price and the ball dislodged. England now with a chance to counter. Slade decides to send it long.
He's being chased.
There, the race is on with Mellon's
Oh! What? He almost really messed that up. He messed up trying to keep it in play and almost gave the ball straight to England. Look at the territory gained by England.
but Scotland suddenly back inside their own 22.
That little moment of attack from Scotland, and they are pushed straight back. They're going for the kick, aren't they?
Takes breath.
God.
Price sends it towards that east stand, and we can assess the last passages of play.
Well, it might be error-ridden at times, but it's certainly very exciting. I'm really enjoying this game.
I think what Stuart Hogg's doing here is trying to soak the 50-22.
Megs, go on Discord, join Discord, and you can watch the game. Go on your phone or something and join Discord, watch the game. Then you don't have to guess.
Put Scotland in the corner, but he did well to get himself out of trouble there, Stuart Hogg.
Always difficult for chasing play because it's not true that you'll have to let the man up. What you can't do is dive in, so you're supposed to stand over and try and play the ball, which hardly anyone gets right.
I told you leaps and flames. And England go to their friend the ball again. White's taking it down in the front. Cowan Dickey holding
Megs is in Australia.
doing untold damage to Curry's shots. But England
I tell you what, actually.
again. Oh, and the Youngs was claimed by Ali Price.
Oh,
McAnally stepping the hooker, gives it to Johnny Gray. Price alongside.
oh, Scotland can't hold on to the ball.
Well, it was Ali Price with the quick actions on Ben Youngs. And a player down in.
Um, Stan, Megs, the game, if you're in Australia, Stan Sport is Australian, right? Because I'm pretty sure the Scotland-England game, if you can't get on Discord, even though it's there for you, is on Stan 6, if that helps you. That might help you, I don't know.
Deep to be control of possession, Nigel.
Yeah, once you've got the ball like that, you're deemed to be in possession of it, and then that's gone forward then from Scotland. There should be an England scrum there now to restart.
Yeah. Yeah, Stan 2, if you've got that ability to get that channel.
Well, anyway, Magnus Bradbury is ready to come on. Yeah, it is Jimmy Ritchie, and he's down.
Yeah, we've come into the last... Well, it's stuck on 59-2, so there's 21 minutes left. There has been life. You can certainly see tries being scored now because this is what happens. This is the same in football. You know, time is running out. Space gets created. People get a little bit more adventurous. People make mistakes. So I can certainly see at least another couple of tries in here, possibly.
They pride themselves in their attacking ability and do a lot of passing work, but I think a lot of the possession they've had, certainly in the second half, has seemed to be quite scrappy rather than from a structured start. So it's definitely room for improvement.
Princess Anne, Princess Royal.
Princess Anne's at the game.
Patron of the SRU. Magnus Bradbury's on. It doesn't look good for Jamie Ritchie though. He's coming off in this game, but the stretcher is being brought on.
Oh, it's not on SBS, Megs. It's not on SBS. Just go on Discord. Click on my... I'm going to have to link you the Discord link now, aren't I?
Jamie Ritchie, sadly,
Unbelievable.
departing, and when the buggy comes on, you know it's not good.
Looks in a bit of pain, just Jamie Ritchie. A really important player for Scotland. He can do it all. He's very good around the breakdown with 5 carries. He makes a lot of meters. He makes a lot of tackles. He's a really busy player. But Magnus Bradbury has been an outstanding all-on for Edinburgh Rugby so far this season.
Alright, I'm finding...
Anyone win the field.
Well, he was able to get on today. Really in his own stage, so hopefully that says it isn't too serious.
Games to come, Scotland and Cardiff next
Right,
Saturday, and then
Megs, click on that link that I've just put in the chat. Please, just click on the link, join the Discord, go on streaming, and it's there.
Magnus Bradbury's on. Sisione Tuipulotu coming on in midfield as well for Sam Johnson, another player. Sam Johnson never really a chance today to show his skills.
Yeah, just again, it's not a lot of possession for Scotland really. In the midfield, a lot of the possession has been from turnovers or long.
Don't get me wrong here, guys. Don't get me wrong here, but number 23 that has just come on. Hang on, let me just double check his name. Tipalutu. He sounds like he's not Scottish. Tipalutu looks more like Fiji or yeah, one of the islands down under. Discord is sort of like a chat room, and like a modern style chat room. But sign up, find streaming, and you can watch the stream, which I'm showing and I'm watching myself.
Smith gives it on to Daly. Falls backwards, but Sinclair again is there. England not making too much ground. And a kick that did it go sideways? Did it go forward? Went sideways. So Duran van der Merwe.
Oh, Oh, we're getting some exciting runs now. We're getting... Oh, England penalty. That is unlucky. I would say Van der Merwe's had a couple of good runs now, but is he keep making those mistakes? He's already made the poor handling mistakes.
It's very difficult at full pace when there's the potential threat of a jackal to stop your body going too far forward. It's really difficult.
I agree with that, but one of the things that players do say when they get in that position, and you say,
Oh wow, there's hang on a second. Marcus Smith was going in for the corner. Missing touch, and Smith now. Just a little bit of grief perhaps, but fancy the kick for the corner. Russell spills it. Well, went backwards. I think that one might have gone forward. Price gives it on to Bradbury, and Scotland still.
Scotland have got the ball. Are they going to give it away? They've given it away. Ludlam steals that ball. Joe can't make it. Marchant can't quite make it. England penalty.
well, again, England forwards are warming to their task. They're managing to keep the ball, they're managing to manage their line out well.
Smith going for the kick.
And they're strangling Scotland at the moment.
There's Chris Harris, who is singled out for being offside in front of the kicker.
You are bloody ruining it for me, aren't you? Arcady and Dieter, you are ruining it.
Been asked to clamp down on this season, and particularly this
Unbelievable.
is the key thing you
Time check, 62 minutes.
So what do you see happening when a player kicks and chase? A lot of the players in front of them will start running. Now they may have only got about 10 meters, so what they do, they cut the options down for the team which has caught the ball to run back. That means they're
you with the ball, don't see any space, then they kick back, and then you have a bit of a kick fest. So referees now really are strict. You can hear Ben O'Keefe shouting, stop, stay there. Keep players on side so they have that space.
Respect the kicker. Alright, okay. That's alright then. That's okay. Alright. 62-40. Marcus Smith lines it up. The run starts. In you go. There we go. There we go. You weren't messing with me. You weren't messing with me. Thank God. 10-17. England. Yeah, Marler's on. Ford's on. Who else? So Marler and Ford, and there was another one. Ludlam's off, Smith's off, Sinclair's off. Megs, I see you, if you're still here, I see you've joined the Discord server. You need to swipe, I think, from the left, and that will show you the different channels. You need to click on the streaming channel, and then on my name, and you should have the ability to watch my stream. Ben White's come on. Why is Marler the one idiot that has decided to cut his socks and have those stupid white under socks just like footballers? I think yeah. Yeah, less of the language, Kian. Come on, we're all respectable adults here. Don't need the language. Yeah, Van der Merwe is probably the one. Is the one Scottish player that is making those driving runs, isn't he? But. So they think he deliberately pushed the ball forwards into touch. Assume that's not allowed. Definitely pushed it. Definitely pushed it. I assume you're not allowed to do that. Definitely deliberate. Look, he knew he wasn't going to hold on to it. He knew the Scottish player was coming. So he purposely nudged it forwards. Yeah. So Nigel thinks it should be a yellow card as well. With just under 15 minutes left, if England go down to 14 men.
So the key to this penalty try is, do you think a try would have probably been scored if it wasn't for that action by Cowan Dickey? That is the key.
The players clearly come across. We can see him deliberately push.
He's got his cards out.
Excellent touch. He's the last player, last line of defence. By that excellent stopper from all tries, it's going to be a yellow card and a period try against two.
Ouch. Ouch. That is painful for... That is painful. Painful for England. With 14 minutes left. 17 all. And England are down to 14 men. Ouch. That is not what England want at this time of the game. Murrayfield has woken up. It has woken up. There is some serious noise from the Scots now. That was a bit of a cock up from Scotland there. But I think when England took the lead, the commentators said that England deserved the lead. But I actually disagree. I disagree in the fact that on tactical wise, Scotland I think have had the better performance. They've stopped England being able to play. They've stopped England being able to dive into spaces. So tactically, I think Scotland have got this better. I think they've got it better than England. The Scottish fans really have woken up, haven't they? Scotland, England. Wales versus England isn't really a rivalry, I don't think, is it? No, I would say Scotland England is the rivalry between the home nations. England seem to be crumbling a little bit here. And it was a good kick from Scotland. Oh no, there's a child with a mullet. I love the... He was looking for the ball. Youngs was looking for the ball. Was looking for a cloth for the ball, and the ball boy just chucked the ball at him. I don't know about you guys, but I can see England losing this now. I can see England losing this for sure. Tom Curry's telling them to calm down by the looks of it, by his hand gestures. Time check for you. I am on 69 minutes. George is on. Simmons off.
You have to have a full front row to compete in the scrum, but it's still going to be 7 England players on 8 unless they bring in a back as well. But that creates space out wide.
And there aren't many better players than Finn Russell to exploit if there are gaps in and around, even wide.
Comes down to the stability of the set piece, doesn't it? And you'll see Scotland setting up here, Darcy Gray just in behind Finn Russell. They can go left or right, depending on which way the scrum goes. Pluto up the midfield as well.
It's really important for Scotland that they're patient here. They don't have to score straight away. They just need to stay here because the points and the gaps will come.
So England are not bringing in a back to this defensive shot. It's 7 on 8 here.
To be fair, it's 7 on 8, but it's not making a huge difference here. Ah, and the scrum's gone down.
Cheers, but the referee says Scotland's ball again. Look at Finn Russell here having a think, coming back to chat with Darcy Graham.
Scrum just needs to be stable.
These Scottish fans are loud now. They are loud. 70 minutes, 10 seconds, 10 minutes left. 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the sin bin.
Huge moments in this game because if England can see off the danger here, survive to the end of the
Concentrate, concentrate, England.
but Scotland have to make their extra man pay. The scrum is a mess again. Penalty to Scotland now. What's the decision here?
Penalty to Scotland.
Points here.
This harkens back to my point I made earlier. That's 2 attempts at a try, both collapsed, both failed. So you question what the point is sometimes. You really question what the point of these scrums are.
Very difficult then as a referee to build a picture who was strong in the scrum when those teams needed to be rewarded. So
Yeah, it was really poor to give that penalty try away and to get a sin bin off as well. Really poor timing.
Goes over to concede only 3 points. The clock has been nibbled away at of the
But
sin binning.
Scotland have to capitalise, surely. They're going for the kick now. Finn Russell's going for the kick. He should get it from there, surely.
England, the choice of what could happen from that, of the many options, the many bad options, the dilemma they were in, they would have taken this one every day of the week.
Well, Russell still has to land the kick for Scotland.
But if it doesn't really restart the game, Gareth, then how much use is it? Oh, just in from Russell. Just in. I love it. It's switched to the crowd views, and there's just like 3 or 4 bottles of Iron Brew. That is so Scottish. 2017 to Scotland.
Well, it's gone off the paws of Matt Fagerson into touch. England's line out. Just checking.
Who did it come off? Yeah.
So the Scotland scrum is in.
Came off Fagerson. Fagerson.
Credit to George Ford for trying to keep the game flowing and quick, but
2 minutes 45 until
as you can to get back
we get a player back on.
then you've just conceded 3 points, just falling behind.
Well, recent games between these two, the oldest rivals in the international game, have been close. This one no different.
73 and 15 seconds gone. Hang on, are we actually going to have a scrum that... We just had a scrum that actually completed. Unbelievable.
White summons in McInally. Scuban just wandering around, and White will clear. Woods charged down by
Mario, good. Or Marrow. Marrow?
side penalty to Scotland.
But I assume he came back and was in an offside position. Did really well to stop the kick, but then came and in an offside position.
Have a look at that. It's, Itoje was deemed to be in front of the back foot and offside position. He did get to the kick from Ben White.
Not really,
From Russell.
not really seen much of Maro Itoje, to be honest.
Yeah, you've got to be behind Heimer's foot until the scrum half gets a ball or the ball leaves a rack. So you're there, we're standing alongside it, not behind it, which means then you're in front of the offside.
Yeah, I said I've not seen a lot of Maro Itoje in this game. I don't think he's had much of a presence. He's behind the back of the foot. All right, got you. Ooh. 50 seconds until Simbin comes back on. Bang. Sit down, Doe.
Scotland trying to get that ball back. 5 minutes to go in this game.
5 minutes left.
Matt Fagerson lays it back for Scotland now. Russell just popping it left and right, and Skinner doing the damage. Hamish Watson is there. A rare charge from Watson today. Blindside options for Scotland into the England 22.
Gotta get it out. Gotta win that ball back. Itoje takes legs down. Schoeman's toes down. They're flicking it across. They've got an advantage. Advantage Scotland. Taking it back for the advantage.
Well, scrum half will always make it clear there when to a referee that there is an infringement.
It's just Scotland's ability to move the point of contact away from the English defenders. It just gives them
Simbin is up.
more often than not. And Darcy Graham's been so sharp. You see Sam Simmons returning.
Simbinning is over. Sam Simmons will come back on. Luke Nicky not returning, and Scotland are. Well, hang on.
Potential neck roll.
So,
You'll be looking at blue saver. He's round the neck.
Hamish Watson.
Yes.
This might be a penalty to England.
Yes.
When somebody steps in from the side and says, have a look at a neck roll, it almost invariably is a neck roll.
Directors just
Come on then, show us. Get that footage up.
He sort of knew something had happened there. So probably back of mind, he wasn't having question about was that a neck roll. That's what he wanted TMO for. To come in there and get those big decisions.
They're taking a while to find the footage though.
Because it looked like England had come offside, and you heard the referee shout, "No,
Charlie Ewells comes on.
it should be a free kick." So Scotland were a little bit fortunate there, but there could be justice done here.
I remember the days of scrum halves dummying and
I'd like to see the footage.
Here we are.
Let's have a look.
And it's Watson and it's
To be fair, it didn't look hugely dangerous or anything. It looked like he was at least supporting him. If we're looking on the old mitigating factors.
clear, Ryan.
But he's clear, yes.
I think I'm right in saying that. But Gareth will confirm, I'm sure.
It's not going to be a penalty to Scotland. It will be a penalty to England.
just get the wide angle to get the mark now.
They're just confirming where it happened. Hamish Watson on the England captain Tom Curry.
Yes. It wasn't completely just round the neck and twisting it. It was more cradled, wasn't it? And actually, the England player wasn't then put onto the floor. It was actually almost body rolled on top of him. Oh.
In the dying moments of this match, 3 points the difference. Could have been a 6-point lead to Scotland. England back 50
Right.
and a chance to get all the way down the
So, score. 2017 to Scotland. We've got 4 minutes left of play. England have got to do something here. You do not want to lose your first game. Surely not.
so England don't go
It will certainly be an uphill battle
their ball to play with at the line.
if England lose their first game.
Itoje takes this one down. Well, Scotland contesting well.
76-40.
Jamie George
George has got the ball in there.
Hoping against hope that England can
Youngs kicks the ball up.
be claimed by Duan van der Merwe.
Take Van der Merwe down.
Not a bad effort by George Ford, but van der Merwe gets the ground. And Scotland not quite into
England need to get this ball back. They have. Oh, what timing! Literally, I say England need to get this ball back, and they do.
Well, earlier on we saw
Not releasing.
Elliot Daly whacking them over from almost the 60-metre line. Definitely within his range.
But they are going to, they're saying this is a tough one for the draw. They want more. Their best option, they think, is to stick it as close to the...
They want to go for the try, which is nice to see at least.
To me, that's the wrong decision.
That wasn't close, though, was it? It wasn't that close to the try line.
He went away from here with a draw. That's not a bad result.
It's a big kick, and honestly, I think they'll be looking for a better reward from the penalty kick they touch. And they've got so a few minutes, but time almost.
Okay, 77. No, we're on 78 minutes. 2 minutes left. Oh, my word. Scotland get it back from the line out. Just under 2 minutes of playtime left.
Now Scotland might start to try and see down the clock.
They might try and hold on to it. They might just slow the game down if they... I expect. They know there's a minute and a half left. They're going to slow this game down. Surely they're going for a kick. And straight back to England. Why would you give the possession back with a minute and a half left? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
But England with the ball.
It doesn't make sense.
And still with hope here, England. A try to win it. Milan throwing on. Not seen by the referee or the assistant. England getting closer though. Gilmour
Oh.
trying to get hands on it. Youngs shovels it back to Stewart to wrestle with Schumann.
Scotland win it back. England ball. England ball. Advantage England.
Scrum to England in the final minutes. Let's do man of the match. It's a tough thing to do, but why not?
Yeah, well, it's been such an impressive game, hasn't it? In terms of the swing back and forward and the momentum. Finn Russell's been excellent. Marcus Smith has scored so many points. Done really well, but for me, the greatest player of the match comes up from the attack man, Matt Fagan.
We've got about 30 seconds of normal time.
So many carries, he's been the heartbeat.
Matt Fagerson is the player of the match. Man of the match.
England have one chance here. Above all, they must get themselves into a situation where, at the very least, they have a drop goal attempt that they can pop before the final whistle goes. At the very least.
They hope for a draw, they dream of a win. Jack Noel is ready to come on and the clock is red. This may not be...
God, he's got some tattoos, hasn't he? Christ.
This is the final play of the game, so Jack Noel just turns round and hands
Subs not being made.
goes to sit down again.
Get that ball out.
Do they get a penalty from the
What are they going to go for? Are they going to go for the kick? Are they going to try and get the try?
scrum again?
Second scrum to England. We're going overtime.
I'm sure you'll agree with this, Nigel. Bertie is not going to give a penalty here unless he's absolutely sure. It's a good contest, that one. Well, I'd like to think we look at sort of game there, Brian, but yeah, no, definitely. Unless he's 100% sure, you're not going to hear.
Can England do anything from this point?
The scrum must complete, so that means the ball has to come out the scrum, or otherwise it's going to be re-scrummage, even though the clock has gone red.
Jack Noel is on. Seconds on the field.
Joe Marchant's off. Jack Noel on.
Thought we might have seen him earlier on, Jack Noel. For a player, he has been and back from all his injuries. And listen now to Mayfield for this final scrum of the game.
Come on, England. Come on. Keep it a clean scrum. Get that ball out.
Referee keeping a keen eye on things.
It's out.
Goes around a little bit. England.
England.
Get the foot in again. England crying for the penalty.
God. My God. They want the penalty now, don't they?
Who would be a referee?
We need Sue Gray, don't we? That's what we need. We need Sue Gray.
Be prepared to be here for quite a few minutes again.
Oh, God. They've got to at least try and get the draw, surely.
As the rain continues to come down, is it going to be another victory in the Calcutta Cup for Scotland? First time back-to-back since 83-84. Or will there be something here for England? A draw perhaps? Perhaps even more. 2 minutes of red time played.
Come on, get the scrum done.
For a chance. First team to keep it up will be rewarded. So, in the dying moments as the rain comes in more heavily now,
Keep an eye on it, ref.
this is the moment to win or lose this game. Or perhaps make it a 20th draw between these two sides in a long history.
Referee is keeping a close eye here.
Coming back England's way, they're looking for the shot, they might get the penalty, surely they'll get the penalty now. Well, at any other time of the game, that would be a penalty.
So we're not having a penalty.
He said use it as well. He just had the opportunity to use it.
You see that at any other, during the game, that happens, the referee's arm goes up and it's a penalty.
It's a second.
So the ball is about to come out. He doesn't quite go for it, and then it gets tangled up, and then we spin.
Is the law, I believe, says both sides of the scrum have to go forward, not just one side.
I think Reece has a fair call there, because looking at the replay, you couldn't really see that one was illegally turning more than the other. The interesting is,
This is a lot of scrums. This is a lot of scrums. Don't spoil it. If you're ahead of me, do not spoil it. I'm on 84 minutes and 15 seconds. Do not spoil it for me. I'm not even... Oh.
Use it now, so England through the backs they go. One last chance. Carried into the 22 by Daly. The ball is loose and lost. Scotland try and set it back and get ready to hook it up.
They want to get it out.
They do now. Hard with a touch. And Mike Taylor in celebration.
Well, just think that one silly mistake. That one silly mistake by Simmons got him sin binned and a free try and conversion. Yeah, that wasn't great, was it? That was not great ending. Whoa. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about that. As I said, I definitely think, actually, Scotland deserved to win it. Tactically, they played really well. They knew the time to attack. They knew when to defend. Yeah. Scotland, fair play. Had it technically better than England. So, do you guys agree? Do you agree? That is the question. There's a few, like Mario Toja I didn't see enough of. I think I was a bit disappointed by him for sure. Not enough play to the wingers for England. But Scotland did what they had to do. Scotland did what they had to do. So, yeah. Disappointing. And where does that now leave England with the Six Nations? It's not over, obviously, but it's not good. It's not good to be losing your first game when you've got teams like Ireland that have won comfortably with a bonus point as well. Well, I don't know.
Good qualities, and Brian, I certainly want to get your final thoughts as a man
that we thought beforehand could have been rain affected, it could have been a down game. It turned out to be an exciting game, a thrilling finish. And I've just got 2 words to leave you with.
Oh, steady on.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian, and we hope to hear you.
Well, there we go.
Situations and in,
There we go. Yeah.
So, Brian Moore, thank you very much. Chris Martin,
It's when the when certain Aussies come in and then bring up the cricket. Not that I care about the cricket, but yeah. Thanks, Peter. Thanks. That was disappointing. Anyway, I am going to shoot. Things to do Saturday evening and all. Thank you so much for everyone that joined me. Let me turn this down. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you for joining the conversation and being a part of it. Now, don't forget, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you can always, there's merchandise. I've just pinned to the post. We've got rugby, AFL. There's different merchandise that's sports related. So check that out. It's also in the description down below. Next week's. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, hopefully you can come next week. Just a reminder, I'm not watching the games. I'm not watching the game tomorrow because I am out of the house. But next week's game, if I can find it. Next week should be Wales versus Scotland. That's Saturday. And then Sunday should get an England win with Italy versus England. So those are the 2 live watch-alongs next week. Make sure you join me. I will be putting the links on the pinned post in the Discord. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I will catch you next